With the head coach of the #1 ranked preseason poll, Richmond Spiders, Danny Rocco. Welcome, and welcome back to CAA football season. Last year ended as a semifinalist in the nation, and this year many think that you have a top team once again in the country. Certainly people like you as a top team in the CAA. How do you manage all those expectations?
Well, our goals are always the same. I think that allows you kind of a platform each year to kind of manage those expectations, both the highs and the lows. And, you know, our expectations and our goals have always been each and every year. This is my 11th year as a head coach, is to compete for the conference championship and then to win in the postseason. And when you're in the CAA, if you are competing for the conference championship, you've put yourself in the national spotlight, because the teams in this league that are in fact playing for the championship at the end of the year, they're all playoff contenders and they're all in the top 10 or 12 in the country. So it allows us some consistency in thought. I do think the expectations are high, and I think our players are very excited to get started. But we'll sound very much the same on August 3rd as we focus in on our goal of competing for a conference championship.
One of, or two of the reasons that you're ranked so high is the return of Kyle Laletta, who is the Offensive Player of the Year in the preseason for the CAA. 3,600 yards passing a season ago, or just shy of it. His favorite target, Brian Brown, is back as well, over 75 catches a season ago. Talk a little bit about their chemistry and dynamic.
Yeah, well, Kyle's really extraordinary leader, and he does a great job taking control in the huddle, taking control all week long in making sure he masters the game plan. And then he's got some God-given skills and some talents, both as a runner and as a thrower, that allows him to lead and be extremely productive. Our ability to run the ball gives us the opportunity to throw the ball down the field to guys like Brian Brown. Brian is an outstanding wide receiver, very dynamic athlete, and we've been able to get him in behind the defense quite a bit. And when Kyle and Brian are on point, they can be very dangerous. So I think, again, our ability to run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, to set up our play action shots, make Kyle and Brian extremely dangerous.
Not only do you have the Offensive Player of the Year in the preseason picks, you have the Defensive Player of the Year for the preseason polls, and that's David Jones, who had 9 interceptions a season ago. He and Omar Howard return for your defense. Talk a little bit about their progression and how they've grown as Richmond Spiders over the years.
Yeah, well, Omar has been a great leader and a great worker from the day he showed up on campus. He's got an extraordinary work ethic, and he's a natural tackler. You know, at linebacker, you want guys with instincts that can see it and hit it and tackle it, and Omar does that extremely well. David Jones is a rare athlete. His interceptions last year, his ability to break on the ball, the range that he has back there in the post is extraordinary, and he's an extremely humble young man, and he's dynamic. He is explosive to the ball. He's a physical football player, and I think defensively what we've got is we've got a high-level player in the defensive line in Winston Craig. We got a high-level player at the linebacker level at Omar Howard, and a high-level player in the secondary in David Jones. So we got good leadership and good productivity in all 3 areas of the defense.
8 of your 11 games this season are going to be in the state of Virginia, so you'll have a lot of Spider fans being able to attend those games. The whole conference, though, is going to be rooting for you. Week 4, you play Colgate. Colgate knocked a couple of CAA teams out, so get some revenge for the conference, will you, Week 4?
Yeah, we got a lot of things we got to deal with before that one, but we report August 3rd. I'm one of those one day at a paint by the numbers kind of guys. So
there you go.
We'll report to camp on the 3rd, and we'll get this thing up and running. We're certainly excited.
And an attention to detail kind of guy. Spiders on the tie.
Spiders on the tie. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for being with us. Best of luck, and we're going to send it over.